Hello once again, Nerds and Nerdettes of the Nintendo Universe. Nerdieo here, back, and the Ninjala TESTFIRE is officially over. The exclusive Ninja Club event has gone through all 3 times, and I just have to say I had a blast playing this game. It was super fun, and it really hyped me up for the full release. Like, holy hell, this game's fun. The amount of customization options and the gameplay and the movement, and it just all feels really nice. There were some not hiccups, but some things I want to talk about here and there that really I noticed and felt like they jarred out to me. I'm not sure if they jarred out to anybody else, but I'll definitely go over them in this video. First things first is that, as you guys know, I was going to compare this a lot to the Anime Expo demo, or what's actually the E3 demo, and there were quite a few different things. One of the main things was that you weren't able to propel yourself downwards from high places using a big bubble of gum. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, you used to be able to blow gum into like a big bubble, and if you fell off a building, it would just slowly propel you down. However, that's also probably because they removed any shock absorption that the floor gives you from falling from high places. Usually you would want to float down just so you don't suffer any landing lag in the game from falling from high places, but because that's completely removed, or at least from what I've tried, there's no reason to have it. Another mechanic they removed was the weapon sizes, or at least they seem to remove them. In the E3 demo, you're able to choose between a small, average size, or large weapon, and depending on which one you picked would depend on how much damage and how fast the weapon was. So the small weapon being fast but low damage, all the way up to a large weapon being slow with incredibly high damage. Of course, the large weapon did make it back in this demo, but it seems like you have to earn it. You have to go around beating up enough bots and enough players, and once you hit a certain point threshold, you're able to access the big weapon, which doesn't really seem to have any drawbacks when compared to the normal weapon. It just seems like it's the normal weapon that does more damage, and that can be both a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because, of course, you're doing more damage and you're going to be wiping the floor more. It does seem to be a bad thing though for other players, because for players who just can't keep up, it feels like anybody else with bigger weapons are going to be keeping them down in the lower places. This didn't personally happen to me, but I feel like I can definitely see it happen whenever it comes to more 8-player free-for-alls or just team battles. Also, talking about another feature I feel like they cut or changed is the way that you're able to stick opponents to gum. Now, in the E3 demo, you were able to spit out bubblegum, and if it hit an opponent, it would stick them to the floor or the wall or whatever was more prominent at the time of where they were. That seems to be completely gone. Or at least in a form it's kind of back. Whenever you spit gum towards an opponent, it seems to slow them down, and in some cases it was able to stop my movements. However, it really didn't seem like it was as prominent as it was in the E3 demo, and I kind of get that, because it already seems like if you get hit by one combo, you can be kind of screwed for a lot of damage in this game. And just having the old E3 demo's gum just seems like it's really pointless, and it's just whoever can make the opponent stick to gum first, and then it's just game from there. But that seems to do it as far as mechanics that I noticed were cut or changed or removed from the E3 demo to this version of the game. Now let's talk about some new stuff, and one of the first things I noticed is how aggressive this game is. Like, you have to go in this game. You have to not be scared, and you have to be like, hey, alright, let's get in, let's do some fighting. And there are some good things and some bad things about that, and the reason, one of the main things I feel like it's so aggressive is because there aren't really any defensive options. You of course can blow up a bubble of gum and keep that in front of you, and that can take one really good hit or 2 normal regular hits before it pops and you're completely vulnerable. It also only protects you from the front. It doesn't protect you from the left, right, above, or from behind, or I guess in a weird situation below. But there really doesn't seem like any good use for that defense outside of just running away from fights and staying away and just sticking to bots. You won't get many points due to the lack of getting E-bombs, but there really aren't any other ways to defend outside of keeping that bubble up or just completely staying away from fights in general. Another weird thing I noticed with the combat is that in one-on-one situations, if you clash with another player, it really does seem to leave you in a rock, paper, scissors situation, and I really don't like that. So whenever you would clash with the player, it would ask you to choose up, left or right, or down on the control stick, and you would just pick any direction you'd like by moving the control stick in said direction. And it was pretty much up to luck on whether the opponent threw out a direction that would lose to yours. And I'm not sure which directions beat what, but from what I understand, I believe it's top or up beats left and right beats down, but down beats up. And like I said, very rock, paper, scissors, and I'm really not a big fan of that, but I can understand why they would go for it with such a simple game and how aggressive it can be. It just keeps the aggressive nature up. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys thought about the Ninjala demo in the comments below. I had a massive blast, like I just said. Did you guys enjoy your time with it? I know a lot of people weren't able to play because they were just around for the first demo's time, and the first demo really didn't go that great. But anyways, tell me your guys' opinions on the game in the comment section below. I can't wait for the full release. Tell me if you guys are going to be sticking around for it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, Nerdieo is out.